Hey guys, this is Kavit and I'm back with another tutorial. And today we are going to make some sort of interior scene, maybe a small living space or a small hall. We can say like that. Let's start by making this 5 meter. So 5 by let's make the x value 3 meter. So it's more like a uneven room. Now let's add another plane in edit mode. Let's merge this on center, and then I'm going to enable the snap to vertex. Snap it on right here in edit mode. Just going to snap it all around the room, and then I'm going to extrude. Now this should be around it can go a little higher than that. Something like 3 meters should be enough, I guess. 3.5 should be enough. Okay. As you can see, it is a pretty small room, and we won't be putting much of the things inside. So for now, we can just not think about the ceiling at all, because we have to model the interior also. So let's rename this as walls, this as the floor. Sorry. Now let's say this, the positive x-axis, let's say our TV or the whole set of the TV set, and the other things, the unnecessary things will come here. And I want to add a sort of big window. I want to make this like an apartment, a small apartment, but modern small apartment, something like that. So what I'll do first is, let's start by making this, selecting this as a cursor. Now what we are going to do today is we are going to download our models from BlenderKit, so which will make our job a lot easier. And if you're an architect visualizer like me, I currently work at an architect visualizer firm. This tool is really helpful. It has saved us hours and hours of time, and once you have knowledge of what you are going to do, like for a scene, this tool can really help you to get the right things, rather than just figuring out which model to make and what to use according towards the style. Like if it's a old building or old room you are trying to recreate or design, you need a lot of old furnitures, old style furnitures. And for this, something like Scandinavian or modern or contemporary, you need a very different library. So these assets, this BlenderKit thing has most of those assets, and right now I'm using free because I can't get my cards to work internationally. And so, but the free ones are also really great. It is really awesome. This is not sponsored by them or nothing like that. I just wanted to show you one of the great tools I have been using. So let's go and add a TV. Or actually what we can do is, the best thing I do is make a cube, move it into a new collection and call this assets. After the new asset collection is done, you can delete the cube, select on this assets and see if this asset collection is selected. And now after the selection, you can just go into the BlenderKit and you can type in I don't know what to, TV set, or let's go for a coffee table here. Coffee table. Okay. One more thing, BlenderKit it downloads the object on the cursor. So let's go. I selected the floor as a main cursor. So let's select coffee table. Now I want this to be modern, so modern. mm, I'm not going to take a lot of time because there are many choices, and feel like this one, no. Okay, so I think these are our only choices for the free one. I was kind of interested in this one actually. Even this one looks cool. Okay, let's go for this one. So now, as you can see, the coffee table has arrived on the exact place, and it is also into a SS collection. So now, if we just want to work on the room and not don't worry about the assets and all, we can just turn off the second collection, as we named it assets. And every time you are downloading any of the assets, you have to just keep in mind, you select the collection over here, so it comes right into the collection. Okay, so let's go forward and let's I think my walls are too big. Yeah, I guess so. 3.5 is, let's make this 1.5, 2.5. Let's try making 2. I think 2 should be fine. And this is the bad thing actually. This is not really efficient way of creating any architect visualization thing without maps. But for this, I just wanted to show you how you can press start with it actually. Just so this is our coffee table. Let's click here. Let's go to assets. Now let's try to bring in a couch. So there are multiple styles. Let's go for something really small because as it is an apartment, we'll try to make it like tiny sort of style, not very much luxurious. Okay, this one is good actually. Is this the same coffee table? I guess. Okay, you can just select this. Now what I want to do is just take these two things, move it a bit at a corner, something like this. And what I want to do is let's make another room, but we can keep it for later thing, something like a arc or something. This one room I did, which is very similar to that. I'll show you. Not this one. I guess. Yeah, something like that. And so what we have done here is like we have created a partition, and you can directly go in and go into that direction. But in our case, in this house, we are going to create a arc or something like a you know what, something like a half arc or something like that. So it is this wall just will be a simple wall, just dividing two separate rooms. Okay, we can worry about that later on. Now let's add a TV set. I like to use the sets or like mount not very much hi-fi TVs or something like that, which are mounted on walls, or like, because it really becomes the look of that is, I feel like, you can't do really much with it. But it also has a good point of like you don't have to think about or actually, what I'm trying to say is like the mount TVs, right? Those are like you can when you think of like putting something on a wall for architect visualization, I feel like paintings and all those things are much better things to put up on the wall. While TVs, I think TVs or something like that, it's better to keep on the couch or something like that. So let's use this one. This one looks good actually. This one is too much. Okay, bit too much, I guess. So okay, feels right actually. Let's make this coffee table a bit forward. Skip this right there. And what we can do is we can, we can just hide this, and let's select this empty of coffee table. We can select this right here and make it a cursor. And now let's import a carpet. Yeah, this one is great actually. So let's scale it a bit. Try to what we can actually do, like so now it's perfect, sort of. Just bring it like this, should be good. And now we can save it. Right now I'm just not gonna worry about any naming or something like that, but yeah. So let's try to make something over here. I got sun, which I keep usually about 5, and let's try to make our light come in this direction. So for that, what I'm going to do is take my sun about right here, something like that. And now when I create the let's create a roof, and let's do this. Okay, we need a hole right here. Let's create a mesh cube, something like this. This is just for the demonstration. I'm not really gonna do this. Okay, something like that. And let's make this boolean. Okay, we can just hide it, I guess. Yeah, we don't have any cameras, so let's start it. So the harshness of this, the sun, this is a bit too hard. Let's make it 5 something. 5 or 3 actually works best. Let's try for 3. Yeah, so we are in a right direction. Actually we can actually pump this up to about 10 or so. Maybe this up to 1 and 1 or 3 maybe. The full white. And right now I'm just setting it to a cyan color, but we can use a lot more better colors than that. This is the best thing is to use sky textures and with the combinations of sky texture with the combination of black body temperature, but we'll get that into after some time. So let's delete, or maybe you can just move it to the collections. Let's move this to also into the collection, so that we only have our assets and not the delete this thing. No. Let's focus on making a window or a balcony or whatever we are trying to do here is. Let's make a edge, bevel this part right there. I do want to keep some sort of plants or something like in this space, but we'll see. Let's extrude it outside. Let's delete this face. There are different things we can do here. We can just add a big window right here, and we can make this a balcony. But I have never seen a balcony in the the 5 floors or something like that. So what we can do is like we can make this like a small space where you can just sit, or I don't know, maybe like something like something like this. Then you can just relax. No, you can delete this one, select this faces, edges, and just bringing them a little bit in. Select all by distance. And what we can do is like shift A, okay, sorry, shift A, P selection, and let's give this a origin, and we can solidify, and this becomes our sitting area or something like that. You can actually bring it down a little more. Let's create the whole thing. Okay. And now I think this is good. Let's bring this down to right there, and let's make this a window. Let's separate this part, give this origin, still to solidify and boolean. Now what do we want to make is like says a range of the partition windows. So let's add some edge loops right there. I'm going to delete these parts, so let's delete this. Now let's give this the origin, scale, let's insert this and extrude inside, then insert. This will be our main window, extrude, and then yeah, actually we can keep this much, which is fine. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wireframe, extrude a little more than the main window, tiny more. I think this is fine, and select this as a cursor and move origin to the cursor. So now we have cursor on this line, you can see, and now I'm going to mirror it. So now we have a thick window. And about this, what we can do is scale, we can bevel this out. We can use a lot of these things, the edge loops. I'm going to, let's use some of this, maybe a crown molding. Maybe something else. I think this looks good actually, so let's keep it this way and shade smooth. So what we can do is we can actually bring this closer. Let's go into this, select this one, GY. So now this is done. So after that, what we can do is can actually no, you know what, let's skip this way. This looks good. So now this thing is GY. Okay, let's try to keep it on here, or not here, I guess here. Okay, and now I'm going to use array modify. going in wrong direction. Next one, let's give it some more. So now you can see it perfectly fits. Well, it doesn't actually. What we can do is like select the top parts and GZ, and we can snap it to this point. So right there. So now it fits perfectly. We can extrude our roof too. I think we have some problem with our roof. Okay, never mind. So what we can do is like okay, shift H, clear this boolean, and no, let's not do this actually. Okay, let's edge loop to here, edge loop to here. Let's do this, then this. So let's keep on this activated automatic verges. So now as you can see so what I want to do is let's add in let's select the collection first, shift C to bring out the cursor in the center, and now is there some problem? Okay, and now we can create our, still this boolean, we can create our cam. Alt R. Okay, so Alt R and J to center out the camera, and what we are going to use is let's say that we are in someone's apartment and we like their apartment, so we pick out our phone and click a picture of it. So what average phone's focal length is about like 16 or maybe 20 or something like that. So for us, we are going to use 16 and 16, something like that. Now let's try to rotate our camera into the right direction. Stick it up, and what I like to do is I just create a cube right over here about 1 meter, and I like to do this because it gives a little more the right length of a person holding a phone, which is like a meter or meter and a half, something like that. So now we can delete this cube, select this cam GYX, something like this, bring it right here, and remember we have to show that arc, something like that. We can do this, which does looks good, or what we can do is like we could swap this 1080 by 1920 and we can use this like a phone, right? But what happens is like 16 megapixels, sorry, not 16 megapixels, 16 focal length of 16 mm can't really get everything into the side, so we have to compromise some of those things. What we can do is we can take this back actually and go into camera. Yeah, we can do that, or we can go even back. So something like this should work. Obviously I'm not going to go forward with this one because it eats a lot of space. What if we do a square render like this? Nope. This does look fine actually. Let's make this. Now you can see this stretching over here, but it is actually very normal for the the a mobile phone, right? So we can stop modeling or stop creating the room for a moment, and we can actually get back into the light. So let's create, or shall we say, like, let's download some assets for our windows, right? So I like this black metal things, like the strong railings. This thing says weight, right? Metal paint, this windows. So I do like this one. I use most of mm, the, not this actually. Yeah, let's go with that one only. So now you can see everything is turned into black. So let's set this. Okay, so only this. Let's create another one, assign that, and now we can use a glass. There is one texture in particular called as architecture glass or something like that, which is kind of like my favorite. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I guess this one. So now you can see everything is now glass. Let's unhide everything, go into our camera room, camera, and let's see. So it does look pretty cool. While we are here, we can just select this thing, and we can look for really good wood material. The bright one, something like something like this, I guess. Oh, we made a big mistake. No, at first, no, this is looking good actually. Let's create the walls too. And for walls, what I'm going to do is I'm going to my Chrome browser, and let's go into the site called scheme colors. So I like to use this site actually because it's like one of the great sites to get the right colors for your room and something sort of like that. And what I'll be using today is, you know let's make this like a bright room, like live colors and something like that. So let's see if we can do something with yellows and oranges. Let's try all of those actually. We'll start with this one. Copy, go into base color X and paste it. Let's give it a time to. Looks good, not bad. We definitely have to make some changes here. We can actually make some sort of cabinets. Yeah, yeah, we can definitely make some of those cabinets area or something like that. This also part comes into the flow, so we have to change this also, and we can actually join this mesh with this one. Yellow is good. Let's try something else. Let's try orange. A bit too much. Yeah, this doesn't look that good. It is, but let's try this one. This some sort of. Is this the same color? No. See what else is there. No. I also like this blue. I think it's called baby blue or something. No. Okay, does look good. See if this works. Nope. Let's see something brown. Fill this one. Pale chestnut, I guess. Does look good. Does go with the furnitures actually. But no. You know what? Let's stick to the yellow only. That was a pretty good one. And the color of the furniture, we can definitely change that. Mm, so let's. Okay. Looks pretty good. Let's separate those floor and cabinets things. So let's take this part P to separate by selection. Then we can join this. Let's create some edge loop right there. Edge loop snap right there. Then we can just okay. Then that what we wanted to do is we have to make some cabinets over here. So for that I'm just going to select this thing actually, and you can just separate this thing. Tab. So how many cabinets do I want to make? Let's keep it around something like that. Should be fine. Or is it too much? I don't know. Let's integrate this origin to the geometry, and then what we can do is we can look for some cabinets actually. Cabinet. There are any good cabinets? Let's make our own actually. So let's scale this. Insert something like 3.5 mm. Yeah, let's do this. And then all we can do is like extrude inwards. Scale this in. We can definitely delete this face. Extrude it outwards about right there. Scale it something like that. Select these things. Okay. Edges right over here. And we did had that ground molding from the previous thing. So okay, after that there's some shading issues, so I think we can fix it by doing this. And let's add a knob here. So let's a knob or a holder. What should we do? I think knob will work fine, right? Let's add USB here. Let's close this edge line things, and that much is fine. Rotate it a bit, and what we can do is just delete this many edges or faces. Select this, or we can do is thought that is right. Yes. Thought that is right. Yes. And hide it. What else we can do is like we can just scale this down a bit, extrude and Alt S. And we can do is so for now we need just two of this, and not two even, just one of those. We can narrow it down a bit. Let's divide it by 4. No, 4 is too much. Let's divide it by 2, something like that. And what we should do is extrude it backwards. So now this becomes a sort of gap thing. Let's go Shift H and let's check our normals. Looking fine. And now what I'm going to do is add a bevel modifier right here. Let's clean the mesh up. No extra vertices. Something like that. Divide by 2 should go fine. And let's make this harden. Let's unhide this. And if you want to know how did I created this, so you can actually go into modifiers, find the one you want to use, like, or you mostly use, right click on it and add to quick favorites. So now when you hit Q, then modifier is right there, and it is far more better than going to this rather than just doing that. So I will have to make this -1, right? Yep. And fits right in perfectly. I might also delete this because, you know, right. So now it's using the same material as the okay, now it's white, I guess. Yeah. What we can do is we can go into the shader editor and home, create a new, and let's actually view it in this. We can pause this. Let's give it a higher clear code 0.8 should go fine. Reference 0.2, specular 1, and a 0.2 of metallic. Let's put this on a 1, or maybe I don't know. Let's to go with this 2 actually. Yeah, should work fine. And that's pretty much it. There's more light bouncing from this walls so that you can't even see this. Assets, let's bring on assets. Let's do a quick face orientation check. Oh my god. Shift N or Control Shift N, recalculate normals, and now we can do like back. We can change the sun. Now it's looking weird because obviously the flow is messed up. So what we can do is, like, we can go right into the camera mode and just select the part of the flow, something like this. We can bring in a new flow. Something like this should be working fine, but I think it does look good, but it does look fake. Let's try this one. I wonder what this looks like. It does look pretty good, but not ideal. Washed up. Let's see the tiles. I do like this ones, but it looks more like a diner or something like that, so let's not use that one. The black tiles, okay. These are fine. Okay. This actually does look good, but let's see for some others. What about less marble? These are some really high quality assets. I think we are not supposed to use this in living room, this type of tiles, so let's go for more natural look. What about this? Like, it does look pretty. Let me see. But it does give a more like a rustic look style or some sort of thing. I'm not really big fan of. Can we tilt this camera a little bit? Yeah. No. Too much. I think this should work fine. Does look too fine. Yeah. So this is it. Now let's apply this modify on this. Create this. Let's check the face orientation. I think it's fine. Perfect.